Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see, where can we get started here? I know I did get to see John Cena's appearance at the Oscars. I never watched the Oscars. I haven't watched it in I shouldn't say never. I haven't watched it a very long time, but I did get to see that clip. He was funny. He did a good job as usual. He does a great job. I did also get to hear his appearance on Howard Stern. Yeah, I agree with a lot of podcasters. He did sound like kind of, I don't want to say sandbag, but he was definitely did not appear to be prepared for that line of questioning pertaining to Vince McMahon, and kind of sidestepped it very oddly. And he's always been a very kind of political in his responses, but he said a whole lot of nothing in about a 5-minute span. I kind of feel for the wrestlers like him that owe their entire careers and millions of dollars to Vince McMahon. How do you respond? I kind of think that Randy Orton probably had the best response, of everybody. And, by just being very human in his response and being very honest, being very blunt, instead of kind of sidestepping it the way that Cena did. And a lot of other wrestlers have too, that kind of owe their careers to Vince McMahon, what he's done for them. I know Kevin Nash kind of had a little bit of, I don't want to take it out of context, but he kind of had, he showed his support a little bit, kind of said, in some ways, he got some flack for it, but in some ways he kind of said the right thing too, because let the judicial process handle it, and they'll, excuse me, make the judgment there, obviously there's been no criminal charges filed against Vince, but some very, very serious civil allegations. And we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, speaking of the Oscars, though, I also saw the what is it? The Ryan Gosling doing I'm Just Ken, or Just Ken, whatever the heck the song's called. And I got to see Slash and Wolfgang Van Halen soloing at the end, which was pretty cool. It was cute. It was fun. But that's all I've seen of the Oscars. Excuse me. But we also got some more Hall of Fame inductees announced. There's 4 total, to the best of my knowledge, unless they've announced some. Excuse me. Allergies are going nuts right now. We got some chickens and ducks and turkeys kind of in some pens. You might be able to hear them on the microphone. I don't know, but my allergies been going nuts for weeks now, unfortunately. But yeah, Hall of Fame and induction class of 2024. We're looking at Paul Heyman, very worthy, in my opinion, induction. A lot of speculation as to who's going to induct him. Some people are thinking that might be Roman Reigns. Some people are thinking it might be CM Punk. I kind of would like to see CM Punk just for the promo he'd deliver. I think that would be great. I don't see Tommy Dreamer inducting him. I don't see any other wrestler that's affiliated or associated with any other promotion right now. I think probably they'd stay within the WWE camp and excuse me, be either Reigns or a Punk. I'd much rather see Punk, but Reigns I think would be cool too, as long as he doesn't kind of stumble over his words too much. But very worthy induction, whether you like the guy or not. And obviously he's made some mistakes in the past. He's had an incredible effect, incredible mark left on wrestling, by himself, and incredible wrestling mind. Really, I think brilliant guy for wrestling, We got Bull Nakano going in. If I mispronounce that name, I'm sorry. I'm really not familiar with her work. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get feedback from the AEW and New Japan like that. They'll tell me I don't know wrestling, but maybe I don't. But unfortunately, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not real familiar with her work. I see a recent picture. She looks great. I saw her with Asuka. It looked really really good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to research that a little bit. We've got the U.S. Express going in, which to me is very interesting. Because you have Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham who were in the Express. Were the Express really in WWE that long? Jeez, it looks like they debuted in '83. They didn't really make a big mark on me as a wrestling fan during that time period. It was like '84 to '85 or so. So I really were kind of in there for a cup of coffee. Individually though, I think Wyndham and Rotunda had a very large impact. So I like the fact that both these guys are going in, but as the Express, it, to me, is kind of odd since they're only really in WWE not very long, kind of for a cup of coffee. Now, the thing that interests me most, though, about this is, is this foreshadowing of Bray Wyatt getting inducted? Also, I think that would be really cool. From what I understand, the induction of Bray Wyatt is completely up to his family and whether or not they want to go about this and whether or not it's too soon. I would love to see him do it, especially with Wyndham and Rotunda getting getting inducted this year. I think that would be a really cool moment. Well, last but not least, we had Muhammad Ali announced, and that was announced fairly recently. I think was that Friday that announcement was made. That's a really interesting pick right there. I assume, is he going into the celebrity wing? It doesn't really say. Let me. Yeah, it just says 2024 WWE Hall of Fame inductee. He did have an impact. Was he at the first or second WrestleMania? I think he was was he like a timekeeper or whatnot? I know I'm probably mixing my facts up here, but not really sure. Let's see. Interesting choice, though. Interesting choice. They obviously wanted a big star, and they got it right there. I'm just trying to find his involvement with wrestling here. Oh, but you know what? He did have Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let me see here. He did have that match against Inoki. Wow, I completely forgot about that. So that alone, I think, then merits him getting in there. Wow. Yeah, that is great. I didn't realize he had a match, exhibition match against Lala Alzado in '79. Why? That went to a draw. Same thing with Dave Semenko in '83. That's weird. That is just weird. But yeah, so he was involved in wrestling more than I kind of remembered. So yeah, that is very interesting very interesting pick. Very interesting pick. Yeah, and he was the guest referee, I should say, for the inaugural WrestleMania event. So yeah, that's a valid pick. Then that should be interesting. But for the Inoki fight alone, and I completely forgot about that when I saw that. I'm glad that came up on Wikipedia. Excuse me. So yes, some very interesting picks. Still a lot of people out there that need to be inducted. Obviously The Rock, Batista. Still wondering if we're going to see Bray Wyatt this year. And with the U.S. Express, I think that would be an interesting pick right there. So some real interesting picks for Hall of Fame. Gonna be an entertaining Hall of Fame this year, I think, at least, to go along with a very good WrestleMania, I think. How many? Now that's 4. I'm just wondering off the top of my head, how many did they induct in 2023? We had so much crap popping up on my computer. Sorry for the dead air. So we had Rey Mysterio, Andy Kaufman, Stacy Keibler, Great Muta, and we had Warrior Award went to Tim White. So we had five inductions, 4 if you don't include the Warrior Award. So they might be done with their inductions. I think they've been trying to keep it shorter so they don't run out of people, and so they don't run too long, because in past years some of the Hall of Fame's been kind of painful to watch, but recently it's been much more entertaining, a little more fast paced, I think. So it should be a fun year. I was kind of, like I said, I was kind of hoping they'd induct Bray, but if they're only going with 4 inductions plus the Warrior Award, that might not happen. Who do you think's going to get the Warrior Award this year? Do they generally announce that ahead of time? I don't remember. It'll be interesting. But yeah, good Hall of Fame class. They still got a ton more to go. A lot of people left to go. I wonder if they're ever going to induct the Briscoes. That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, in addition to that, we got prepping for for WrestleMania, which is going to be, I think, a great show. Had some interesting occurrences this year on this week, I should say, on Raw and SmackDown. Great confrontation between The Rock, the Bloodline, and Cody and Seth. I mean, previously on Raw, Seth had come up with that diarrhea Dwayne. At the time, it appeared kind of cringeworthy, but it seems to have caught on with the fans, because they were chanting it pretty loudly when when it was mentioned during the SmackDown confrontation. So it caught on, I guess. It came off kind of childish, I thought, when Seth originally said it, but hey, if it works, great. And Seth, I know a lot of people been disrespecting him lately, but I think he did a pretty good job on SmackDown with the promo. He knew when to get into Rock's face, told him to shut up, and I liked it. As much as I hate to admit it, I enjoyed the midlife crisis comment. I thought that was pretty entertaining for Rock. It looks like Rock is going to kind of take over the Vince McMahon role, and kind of look like I'm the boss, yada yada yada. So he's going to kind of take over the corporate role in that essence, and kind of almost play the role of Vince McMahon if Vince could sell, but some good promos, good stuff, and Rock cut, what was it, like a 19-minute promo on his own YouTube page, which was really good. Really good, once again, I'm looking forward to this. Some good stuff, and Cody got to give The Rock a receipt, which was fun. Got to slap Rock. They kind of ended. They're running long, I hear. So I think Rock's promo got cut a little bit short, and then they really didn't have any fallout from Cody slapping The Rock. They just kind of exited the ring. I thought there was going to be much more than that. I didn't know if they were going to do a break apart or what, but I think the segment might have run over a little bit because I think they were signaling The Rock to cut it because promo short. Of course, The Rock being the professional that he is and as charismatic as he is, you'd never know it because he's such a good talker. They did a good job. Coming out with another $500 shirt. It was kind of cool. And the little details with the changing of the music slightly, the changing of the logo for The Rock slightly. It was little details like that are cool. I like that. Let's see. We kind of had a continuation of the Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross thing. I'm a Karrion Kross fan. Man, I'm not feeling this. Was it Final Testament? They just don't know what to do with this guy. And I think part of the problem is and they changed his look up a little bit. I think that's going to look a little bit better because I think he was looking too much like a male model before. I mean, the guy, it's sad to say, it's going to sound bad, but he almost looks too good to be a heel. I mean, when he did the bald head and was coming out there with the great promo, or the great introduction, I should say, I mean, it worked well for him with Scarlett coming out. And by the way, I like Scarlett better as a brunette. I think for some reason that works for her better. I don't know if maybe it is because of the heel work. You kind of want that, but I think that's working better, and she's coming off a little bit better. But there's something missing here. I hate to say it, and I'm liking that. I'm hoping they carry this over till WrestleMania because I'd like to see Cross and Lashley duke it out at WrestleMania. I think that would be real fun. But yeah, I'm still like I said, I'm still not feeling this. If I remember correctly, I don't remember seeing Paul Ellering there for that segment either. So are they just kind of leaving him out for a little bit? But we will get to see the tag match between Rock, Roman, and Cody and Seth. That'll be the first night, and if Bloodline wins that, then it's going to be Bloodline rules for for the second night. But if he doesn't, then it's just Cody versus Roman alone. I think there's going to be some more swerves thrown at us here. I get the feeling that Seth is going to at some point betray Cody, and maybe they're leaving those little details in there, little looks and whatnot to throw us, and maybe he won't. I don't know, but Cody needs some more backup. I'm sorry. I mean, just having Seth is not enough against Bloodline. They need to throw some more wrestlers his way, I think. Maybe Sammy, maybe a little bit more of that. I mean, I think Sammy's going to have his hands full with the IC, but I still, and the IC is a confusing mess right now. The Intercontinental Championship to me, because you had Dominic involved in a match against Gunther, and now you've got Damian, kind of involved with that whole situation. And is he gonna cash in against Gunther? I don't know. That's a whole lot of speculation going on there. I would kind of hate to see Damian Priest cash in against Gunther. A lot of speculation what's going to happen with the Judgment Day altogether. I mean, judging by the last segment, I almost think they're going to turn a babyface. Because they kind of made Dom a little bit more sympathetic, which is bizarre because he's getting such red-hot heel heat right now. I don't know if that's a wise decision right now. But excuse me. yeah, I don't know if that's a good decision or if they're just gonna have kind of a Latino faction with him, and then Andrade at some point came in. I'm not sure. This is one of the cool things I like about wrestling right now is there's so many different ways you can go along with this. When it's not that predictable, I like it and I enjoy where they're going to go with this. And if Triple H continues to do the job that he's been doing, it'll be awesome. But yeah, hopefully they continue these storylines and keep them going for WrestleMania. Let's see, is there anything else I really wanted to cover? I mean, because we're running short on time here, unfortunately. But I mean, I really wanted to cover, like I said, the Hall of Fame, because we got a couple of, 4 inductees. I think they're probably gonna stop there, unfortunately. As much as I want to see Bray getting into Hall of Fame, I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. And like I say, setting up more for WrestleMania. I'm still disappointed with the AJ Styles and LA Knight thing. I was hoping that they would get LA Knight into a feud with Logan Paul and have him be the one that takes the belt off of him. Because I really think they need to pull a trigger on LA Knight now, and they need to put a title on him. He's losing steam, unfortunately, and I don't like it. I think he deserves better than what he's getting. Not that AJ Styles is a chump, but unfortunately, the whole feud means kind of nothing to me. It doesn't really feel like it's worth anything, like it's for anything. But hey, and I'm a big AJ Styles fan. He's one of my favorite wrestlers ever, but still, I don't feel invested in this, and that sucks because I like both these guys, and I was really hoping they'd strap the rocket on LA Knight. But it looks like they're going to go with him feuding with AJ at WrestleMania. Hey, unfortunately, I'm running out of time here, so let's give a shout out to Then and Now in Trenton, Tennessee. If you're in Western Tennessee area, go check them out. They're right in the square across from the courthouse. You can't miss them. And then check our booth out while you're there. There's a lot of great local vendors have their stuff there. Meanwhile, check us out on crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. So check us out there and check us out on Patreon. And for $1 a month, you can have all these shows with no ads. And hey, I think I got their entire show this week without any loss of power and whatnot. So I think we might be good. I might actually have audio this week. That'll be awesome. Last week I had to use the audio from the camera, unfortunately, for the first half of the show because for some reason the power cut out halfway into recording the show, which really sucked. But looks like we're gonna make it so far. Knock on wood. I think we're good. But yeah, check us out on Patreon.com. And like I said, for just $1, you can help the cause out and help keep the lights on. And check us out on YouTube, all the social media sites, and hey, once again, thank you for tuning in, and God bless.